Well, good afternoon, good evening, or good morning, depending where you're joining us from. Welcome here to the Launchpad and our fourth stream of the day. It is a busy day in the space industry. You're joining us for our live coverage as Russia and Roscosmos prepare to undock the Progress cargo spacecraft module from the Prichal module at the International Space Station. If you remember back about a month ago, the Russia docked their last module, the last original planned module of the International Space Station's original design, the Prichal module, which docked to that new Nyoka module that we saw launch earlier in the year. And now they are getting ready to remove the actual spacecraft that helped maneuver that module to the station. It also has a cargo craft with it. This is a Progress craft. So they'll just be removing this and it'll burn up in the atmosphere. Currently, undocking is scheduled for 3 minutes after the hour, so about just less than 10 minutes from now, and we're looking at live views from Roscosmos. NASA has chosen not to go live for this undocking, so we are stuck, unfortunately, with just Roscosmos' feed, which is, of course, all in Russian. So we're doing our best to bring you that coverage with updates as we can. The purpose of this undocking is to vacate the Nadir port, so future dockings can be scheduled for this new module. The first craft is expected to arrive, a Soyuz, early next year to dock to this new module, so they do need to vacate it soon, but they do have some time, but they are targeting today for that undocking. Take a moment, share out the broadcast, let people know that we are live. Many people didn't know this event was going to be taking place, and we're glad that those of you that have been able to jump on have been able to do so. Also, if you can do me a favor and hit that like button, it really does help us out and helps YouTube know that you like what we do and that maybe other people would be interested in seeing it as well. If somehow it's your first time here, welcome. My name's Zach. I'm the host here of the Launchpad. Here at the Launchpad, it's our mission to inform and inspire the explorers of tomorrow. We believe space is better together, so we invite you to be active in the chat. You can send in any questions you have. Just tag us at the Launchpad, and we will work on answering those for you. Into the Cosmos, you've been live all day, getting tired. I got a few hours in here this morning. It's not too bad. It is not landing, so this is not a craft that is recoverable. It will just burn up in the atmosphere. A great question. Absolutely, JP. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you jumping on. If you're just joining us, welcome here to the Launchpad. You're just in time. We're about 5 minutes away from the expected undocking of the Progress spacecraft. Unsure if we'll actually have any live views of the craft as it undocks, as we do just have this one feed from Roscosmos, but the hopefully we'll be able to show some views of the module backing away from the station, as it does have to do this in a controlled manner before it does a burn to have it depart the ISS's kind of sphere of influence and concern. Undocking currently scheduled for about 3 minutes from now. Waiting for any updates or tweets from Roscosmos. If you haven't followed them over on Twitter, definitely recommend doing that. They have a pretty good Twitter account giving updates as these major events start to occur, and they do tweet them in both English and Russian. Wait to hear confirmation from Roscosmos on their feed here. That's the sound you're hearing. They're playing a little bit of music right now as we wait for that confirmation of undocking in just over 2 minutes if everything goes well. The International Space Station over the last hour has done some maneuvers to prepare the station for this undocking, having just had the cargo dragon dock to it not even 12 hours ago. So a very busy day on board the International Space Station. If you guys have questions, you can send those in the chat. We'll continue answering those through this undocking process here. There looks to be a live view from one of the docking cameras. This will give us a view of the undocking as it occurs here. In about 90 seconds or so from now is when we expect that undocking command to be sent. Now, they are not undocking Prichal itself or the Nyoka module. They're only undocking the actual Progress spacecraft. This is the craft that launched on the Angara rocket to be able to launch the module to the International Space Station. Had some cargo on board, and now it will separate and make its way to burn up in the atmosphere. Prichal was the second module to join the ISS in 2021, but the last of the Russian scheduled expansion. This module well over a decade late, just like the Nyoka module was. Sadly, no views from the ISS there, JP. We're getting a few here from Roscosmos now. So on your screen now, the parts that you see there, the black and white tip part is what we will be watching to see separate here momentarily. The large white ball part should be remaining on board the station. Luckily, we are, it looks like, in the day pass, so we are able to the end of the year that we do hope you will join us for. Of course, James Webb, we hope you all know, has been delayed 24 hours and will now be launching on December 25th. We will be live for that all morning from the 24th into the 25th, counting down to that launch. We do have an Angara launch on the 24th as well. We've got a Soyuz OneWeb launch on the 27th, and that will wrap us up for 2021. So 3 more launches we hope you'll join us for, and then we've already got a busy January with a Falcon 9 mission scheduled, an Atlas 5, a Soyuz, and Launcher 1 with Virgin Orbit. There you can see that Progress craft making its way from the International Space Station. The module has undocked. It's not something we're going to see cameras all the way through the re-entry. We might have a little bit longer views as it departs the ISS here, so send in any last questions you have. You can tag us at the launch pad and we'll be answering those, and we'll be glad to use those to wrap up our live broadcast here of the undocking of the Progress craft. Yeah, as Russell, I think they should just replace modules and deorbit the old modules instead of completely retiring the ISS. Biggest part of it is that the ISS's main structure is the American components, and they would actually have to separate the station into kind of separate stations to do so. A lot of the electronics and stuff, you'd be talking about almost rewiring the station. And you're talking old wiring. So we've actually seen them go into the retired space shuttles to pull out old tanks and stuff to send up to the station because that was easier. So it's definitely something that it could have been maybe done if it was thought about earlier. But at this point, station is just getting too old. It was originally designed only for 15 years. And by the end of it, it's going to be at 30. So it's lived its life. It's brought us into space. It's had us, once it's done, over 25, almost 30 years of consistent human space flight, and having people on board a orbiting laboratory, which is incredible. And it's set a milestone for us to be ready to go back to the moon and then on to Mars. But definitely something that will be sad to see go, as it's one thing that kind of everyone knows as a constant is the ISS. But we'll have Gateway, we'll have Starship, we'll have a base on the moon, and we'll have things just as exciting. Just like we lost Mir, we'll lose the ISS eventually there. On your screen there, you can see all the live views from the International Space Station of the Progress craft as it departs the ISS, gets further and further away. Our live coverage here of the undocking of the Progress propulsion module from the International Space Station to that Prichal module. Thank you so much to those of you that have tuned in and joined us for this undocking. If it was your first time here, welcome. Thanks so much for checking us out. Hit that subscribe button, it really helps us out. And we welcome you to be part of our crew here. Consider checking out the TLP shop. It was a launch day, so you can use promo code LAUNCHDAY all day. You get 10% off everything on the TLP shop, as well as consider joining our Discord. We will be hanging out in there a little later this evening, and we're in there pretty much all the time. It's a great way to ask questions, send in news tips, and be part of the community. If you want to help what we do, you can hit that join button or head over to patreon.com/thelaunchpad. All that goes into helping get equipment, get our crews on the ground, and bring you the best possible space coverage that we can. But with that, we're going to wrap up here today. We will see you on December 24th for the launch of the Angara, as long as it's not delayed, and then late that night on the 24th and through the 25th for the historic launch of the James Webb Space Telescope. If we don't see you then, Merry Christmas. We wish you and your family the best holiday season. We will see you as we count down towards the new year. But that's going to do it for us here tonight. This is Zach with the Launchpad, signing off. We'll see you next time.